Hello and welcome to our first ever episode of Foolish Minds. I'm your host, Kevin.
And I'm Soul.
And welcome. Yeah, this is going to be a little series we wanted to start on. This is a project we've been wanting to work on for quite some time now. So let's just start off with introductions. Again, I'm Kevin. I'm 21, currently residing in the shitty city of Los Angeles.
Ouch.
Fourth year college student. And that's pretty much it. Others would some would say I'm an alcoholic. I would say I just dabble a little bit in the fine arts of the alcohol, and
Arts.
it's a fine art. I mean, there's classes for alcohol and shit. Granted, they're for wine.
I think they're called AA meetings, dog.
Okay, no, but I'm also a little sick right now. I got sick like 2 days ago, and I've been feeling like shit ever since. But I decided this has to go out. This needs to be pushed out.
No matter the cost.
No matter the cost. I mean, I will be on my deathbed, and we'll still be recording this shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What about you?
Me, just 21-year-old college student. Kind of on the same page with this guy. You know, we're just trying to fucking live life. Fucking go towards the future. I feel like we've been stalling too much on actually doing this, so now that not that we haven't, we've been trying, but you know, we're just, I guess, trying to get it right, but we just have to start. If we don't start, it'll never happen. So I mean, everyone starts from somewhere, so hopefully, you know, we can put out a consistent you know, we can put out as in a consistent pace.
Consistently once a week. This is actually our goal, like at least once every week.
An episode or show.
You know, honestly, the latest is one every, like, bi-weekly. One bi-weekly is the most we'll ever tolerate, but once a week. So one reason we actually started this podcast is mostly because I feel like, you know, in this day and age, it's kind of hard to get surrounding, like, okay, so you know how when you make friends, you usually tend to, like, gather yourself around with people that share the same ideology as you, and that's how you become closer. Like, you filter out your friends to, like, surround yourself by who, like, matters to you the most and shit. And sorry, that message. And then I don't know, I just feel like an online place is a scary place where you can't really say an opinion without being, like,
Shot.
without being harassed by the internet police and shit. Like, if you make some comment that's really unpopular, like, alright, for example, what happens if you were to put, if you live in California right now, if you were to post a status saying something like In-N-Out sucks or In-N-Out's overrated, you'll probably come down with, like, like a bunch of people coming at you saying, like, okay, you know what, first of all, fuck you, and second of all, you know what, fuck you. So, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to reach people that share the same opinion with you, at least online, because, you know, you're constantly surrounded by people who are in your area saying, like, if they're opposing and shit. So we're just kind of like, you know, fuck it. You know what I like? I always like podcasts, because if you listen to someone and you agree with them, you found a place to be safe at, I guess, a safe spot. And I feel like that's something I always wanted to do, is just create a safe spot for people. And, you know, especially right now in today's day and age, we have Trump's America, unfortunately, and we need more places to be a safe place. But it's not just that serious, you know. This is a place for us to fuck around. This is where we rant. This is where we talk. This is where, you know, this is our spot. And if you guys want to watch us grow, then welcome aboard.
I think we can use this also as kind of like a journal. You know, we're gonna accept names, you know, for obvious reasons. We'll try to keep it as anonymous, so that our personal life doesn't interfere, and vice versa. But I feel like this can just be like that, you know, just a show where we talk when we get our feelings out, our opinions out, and it's not to be right or wrong. It's not to feel judged. It's honestly just to try to understand each other and get what we're thinking out there, whether it be an opinion on something that's highly controversial, or just an idea we had.
Pretty much. And
Just bear with us.
and that said, if you dig what we're saying, you enjoy us, or you just at least want to support us, like you don't even have to give a fuck about what we're saying. If you just at least want to support us, don't be afraid to follow us on Twitter, follow us on SoundCloud, Tumblr, Facebook, any social media we're about to post.
Yeah, anything
just show some love.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, we don't really care. I guess I do care. I care a little bit. If I see someone, first negative comment I get, I'm gonna start like crying.
Well, that's a part of life. Man.
That's a part of life. Taking the negative.
At least, like in the social life,
people don't actually give you correct negative criticism. It's just hateful speech, and at that point, I think I just grown numb to it.
And what I feel like sometimes it's just like they feel like they could have done it, and it's envy. Really, that's what my mom tells me. That's something that I actually appreciate that she's taught me. That like sometimes when people like hate you or dislike you out of nowhere, they have no reason. That's just envy, dude. Like they see you doing better than them, and they're like, I want to be there.
And it really makes you wonder what aspect that do they see you in that makes them feel like you're doing better. Because sometimes I'm just kind of like I'm probably doing we're all
to everybody else. There's always someone else that we're like, fuck. I wish I was doing that, or I wish I was there.
Well, but then how do you explain people who like rage online? Let's go to my first topic. How do you deal with like cyberbullying?
What do you mean? How would I deal with it? Like if I'm being cyberbullied?
Yeah, like okay, when you were first, like not right now. When you're older, you understand like people are kind of fucktards, and you don't really take any criticism correct. Like right now, like you don't like really understand
it's like dodging bullets.
You don't really care at this point, right?
Yeah,
but like when you were like younger, when social media was developing, and you were like seeing people like harass you online, saying fuck you, you're ugly, you're a piece of shit. Like, how did you deal with it?
I was never harassed online.
You were never harassed?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I was never harassed.
Never.
The communities I was in were either just always like mature, or they never gave really.
But you never gamed.
Or they never gave like negative comments like that without like proper criticism. Like I've had, I used to be on these forums for games that I played, and I had somebody like go up to me and message me. They're like, like you seem like you're trying desperately to like be someone you're not, and that's fine. And even instead of like kind of like negatively like bashing me to put me down, he was just kind of like, hey, like I see that you're just that you're in help, that you need help, and like you don't have to put up a facade. You just be yourself, dude. And that's probably to the extent of anything that I got, like any like cyber related. Cyberbullying related, yeah, because I don't think I've ever had.
You never even played online.
I've never really been harassed like that. Like later, I think the whole like drink bleach and shit only came till later when I started playing League.
Well, that's when it manifested, but like when you start off, I don't know. It's because
like, well, what about you? How did you handle it? Or where was your first experience with a negative cyberbully?
This is gonna be very, very. I'm not trying to stroke an ego or anything here, but like one problem I've always had was when I talk to girls, their boyfriends would always like message me online, telling me to go fuck myself or like go kill myself or like do all this shit, like they're gonna fuck me up. Like that's the extent of how much I got harassed.
That's why you don't mess with chicks that got dudes.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, look, when MySpace was a thing. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if you remember this, but when MySpace was a thing, remember how like girls would like quote unquote hack you, but really what they'll do is they DM you like a thing that they want you to put on your profile.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
okay, so I got like at my peak, dog. At my peak, I had 9 girls on my MySpace, like writing shit about me. And this one girl in particular, I remember she lived in Compton. Back when I was in 7th grade, Compton was a no-go zone for me, right? She commented saying like she loved me and all this shit, like really cheesy shit, right?
Oh.
Then I got like. Okay, back then, I don't know how the algorithm was, but, like, it wouldn't say one message from one person. Your inbox would say 27 messages, even if it was from one person.
Yeah.
So I remember the next day, I got, like, 54 messages or some shit. Like,
but it was the same chick?
It was from the same guy.
Oh.
Messages like, hey, yo, why is my girl on your page, dog? I was like, the fuck? Because apparently she also said, oh, yeah, because she also sent me a picture that she wanted me to put on her thing. As a hack by whatever. Mm-hmm. She sent me a picture that even he's never seen before, and I guess it was, like... I don't know, showed a lot of cleavage or some shit. Like I don't really remember. And he's like, "Hey, yo, dog, why is that girl? Why is the picture of my girl on your Facebook, dog, MySpace, dog?" I was just kind of like, "The fuck," and I kept reading it. Like this is back before grammar was considered a respectable thing. So I don't really, like
in our generation.
In our generation, like I'm pretty sure I was looking through it. Like, what the fuck is he saying, dude? Like, I don't understand half the shit he's writing. And, you know, that's pretty much, like, I remember I felt bad, you know, because I was just kind of like, why is this guy want to kill me? He doesn't even know me. And
you were afraid.
And I mean, like, I think to the extent I was also talking about, I was talking about online gaming, because I never really played online. And, you know, to the extent I think my brother started playing.
Yeah.
And when my brother played online, I think I would start getting a little worried about him, because I didn't want him get harassed, because, you know, the typical COD players would be like, I fucked your mom, or some stupid shit like that.
How old were you, and how old was your brother?
Well, my brother's 6 years younger than me currently, so I'm pretty sure he was like 6, 7, 8. Something.
And you were like 12?
No, I had to be 14, so how old was he? Like 8? He was playing online at 8 years old, which is kind of weird to remember. But, you know, I remember I didn't want to play COD online, so I didn't want people to tell me, you suck, you stink, and I remember just telling my brother, like, hey, just ignore them. Like, don't let them get to you. Like, I was always protective of my brother and my sister. Because I don't want them to, like, have people to tell them to go kill themselves. Because I feel like that's just wrong.
You know what I think it was with me? I think I just didn't ever cared. Like, really.
No, that's good.
Because I think I remember, like, I used to play this first-person shooter game with my uncle called Combat Arms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if I remember, like, there was like, dicks. But I think I just never cared. Like, people, like, the trolls or people would just be like, oh, go, like, fucking kill yourself. I'd just be like, nah, man, I'm good. Or I'd just be like, why don't you kill yourself?
Not today.
Yeah, like, not today.
No, like, it's weird, because, like, nowadays, like, there's a famous Tyler, the Creator tweet that he put out. I was like, what the fuck is cyberbullying? Just close the laptop and walk away, LMAO.
That's true. Like, it's
like, I feel like that. I feel like that's like the legitimate, like, I don't know what it is about us, but like when we see hate towards us, we start like absorbing it. Like, it's really that simple. Just delete it and go away.
Yeah. Or
but like, it has to do with
mute somebody.
Exactly. And do you remember like how they say like 100 people can tell you you're beautiful, but like the one person that tells you you're ugly, you always remember that dude that calls you ugly. Like, what is it about us that makes us so like susceptible to like?
Well, what is it about you? Because you're like that. You're like that.
I'm like that like a lot. Like,
hate that.
I hate that about myself, but I'm like that a lot.
Just kidding. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck you.
No, I'm not Eric. Like, at least I'm not Eric.
Oh, fuck Eric though.
Yeah,
it's living a personal life out of this.
Well, Eric's gonna be here like from time to time.
Oh, that reminds me.
We're not
gonna drop him. We still haven't recorded.
No, like physically.
Should we add it to the end of this podcast? Should we add him to the end of this podcast?
I mean, he's not here right now, so we'll introduce him like in another.
But what we have is comedy gold. Have you heard it? It's fucking funny.
We can just put it as bloopers. We can just add it extra, you know?
That's true.
It doesn't have to be like an episode. It's just
you'll meet Eric. Trust me. Eric is someone that we don't, from our personal lives, that we want on this show. You'll come to hate him. You'll come to hate him.
Yeah, you'll.
He's the only person we'll name drop. Anybody else that we catch after the recording, we'll just like bleep him out. But like Eric is someone we're gonna name drop all the fucking time.
Fucking hate that guy.
Okay, going back to what I was saying, it's like I don't know what makes us susceptible to hate. Like what? Like, do you ever like understand why? Like, do you ever get people like, dude, this guy just called me a bitch online? Like it hurts me. I'm like, why does it hurt you? Like
maybe because it actually has a little bit of truth in it. Like it hits our insecurities.
So I'm
like if somebody calls you a fat bitch, it's gonna hurt more than saying you're a retard.
Like, they both hurt equally.
Maybe you're stupid as fuck.
I like to believe I'm stupid as fuck.
If somebody calls me retard, I'm just like, no.
Well, I'm not. Like, thank you.
No, I can make a sentence. Like, do you know what that means?
You know what? You know what I got called one time that it really made me laugh.
What?
Remember when? Okay, so I play League, and I've been playing League for like 6 years now. My name used to be Altruistic Soren. Altruistic means
I know this story.
Altruistic means like giving, loving, and Soren is a character from Magic the Gathering. So I put those two together just to juxtapose it, just to like make it look funny, because that's not the characteristic of Soren at all, because he's like a Dark Lord or some shit. I remember I was playing League one day. I think I was playing jungle, and my bot lane was pretty much being really stupid and getting like, they were overextending. They were just doing some other shit. And I remember my bot lane did not say anything. But again, keep in mind, my name's Altruistic Soren. Altruistic. My botling did not rage. They were just feeding. They were getting mad. I could tell they were getting mad, and all my Draven would say was autistic Soren. That shit killed me, dog. That shit killed me. I told my brother about it, and he just started laughing because like now ever since then, that's what he called me, like autistic Soren. Like I know that's an insult.
You set yourself up for that, dude.
That shit was funny, dude. Like I know it was an insult, but at the same time, I wish it was funny.
That shit was funny.
You know what's funny? I don't think it was that long after that. It was a short time after that where I changed my name to Morty Crate, what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I'm obsessed with Morty, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I get the reference.
Well, for the people.
Well, yeah, and now they get the reference.
Just in case you didn't catch
Rick and Morty, we're big fans. If that wasn't kind of obvious, with the kind of people we are.
You know, actually, Dan Harmon's another inspiration of mine.
Who?
Dan Harmon, the creator of Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Harmontown. Have you watched Harmontown?
Harmontown? No.
There's also for the people listening, go check out this documentary. I think it's still on Netflix called Harmontown, and it's basically the story of Dan Harmon. Because after he got dropped by Community, because if you guys like the show Community, the one that stars Donald Glover, Dan Harmon actually got kicked off the show, and he was dealing with some depression and shit, and he decided to start a podcast, and there was no propaganda, there was no agenda that he was pushing. It was just him talking, and he would go to venues and talk to people. His podcast would be long, but like they were like fun because that's just through his depressed state he realized that he didn't want to like make other people feel this way, so he just made it fun. And he made the documentary follows his tour around the country where he did numerous podcasts at different cities. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite things that he adapted was he played Dungeons and Dragons on his podcast. Like there was be allotted time to continue a game. So if you like listen to his podcast now, and if they're playing another game of Dungeons and Dragons, you can like try to surf through. Like you don't have to listen through all of them, but you surf through where they started, and there's always a section where they play Dungeons and Dragons.
That sounds beast.
It sounds fun as hell. And Dan Harmon created Rick and Morty, and I think. Okay, let's touch up on that topic. Why do you think Rick and Morty is such a good show? And if you're listening, if you like Rick and Morty, ask yourself that question: why do you like Rick and Morty? And I'm gonna start off by saying this because I think it's the most relatable thing out there right now.
Well, yeah, it's why anything is good. Why any sort of media is popular because we can relate to it. That's why like certain characters are popular or certain things are popular because we can relate to it.
Well, it's kind of like how Batman could be popular. A lot of people who don't have parents kind of look at him as an idol. People look at Robin like an idol.
Yeah, exactly.
But Rick and Morty, like, what about it?
Because it touches on subjects that we can fucking relate to, like depression. That's like the biggest one, and that like because a lot of the fans are depressed. A lot of us are like that, Because
it's also on Adult Swim, so it's safe to say most of the fan base.
Oh well, yeah, not to mention anybody that just enjoys Adult Swim or that kind of humor as well.
What do you describe that humor? I know there's a title for it, but what would you describe it?
I guess dark
humor. You wouldn't call it dry humor.
Dry humor? No, I feel like dry humor is like the what's that show?
The Office.
Like The Office, yeah.
That's
dry as fuck. And Parks and Rec's a little bit, I would say. It's a little.
That explains why I don't like those shows. That's a
different
topic.
Dry humor?
I hate dry humor. I think there's just I think it's because
it's just cringy. I hate using
cringe humor.
Cringe humor. That's the new thing. Cringe.
When
humor.
you started watching Rick and Morty, what did you? What or who got you attached to it? Like
Rick. It was Rick.
You relate to Rick the most.
I relate to Rick.
Why?
I mean, I feel like it's a little too soon to start talking about my personal insecurities here. But like,
okay, name one quality about Rick that
he wants to fucking die. He wants to fucking die, dude.
I don't think he wants to die.
I feel like you would relate to him just because you're an alcoholic.
No, I relate to him because he makes things harder than they have to be. Because he finds the fun in it. He finds life boring, so he finds a way to make it difficult. Like, if you notice, in every adventure they go, the answer, he had it the whole time. But he makes Morty do all this extra shit that he doesn't have to. Just because it's fun,
I guess.
He has the answer to everything. I'm pretty sure.
Kevin.
Fuck the adventure. Like, you see that he has the answers to everything, and yet he'll still make Morty suffer psychological shit, trauma and shit. Also in the end of season 2 where
he's a terrible granddad.
No, he's not. I don't think so. He's a terrible father.
I mean, didn't he make Morty shove up like these big ass like seeds in his ass?
He let Morty get raped, or almost get raped. Do you remember that episode? That shit got to me, dude. I started crying. Honestly, I don't know what episode it is for you guys to reference, but there was this episode where they,
I don't remember.
Morty got mad at Rick, and Morty told him, "I choose the adventure today."
Oh,
and he
yeah.
was just kind of like, okay. They went to some the beanstalk. They went
beanstalk, yeah.
in the they went to tavern
to the giant town.
Yeah. But they went to a tavern on the stairs, and he's like, "I'm gonna use the restroom." And Rick was gambling with the locals, and this dude was like taking a piss right next to Morty, and he was like about to rape him. And Morty was fighting, and he like killed him or tried to kill him or some shit.
It turned out to be the mayor.
He was the mayor?
Yeah, at the end, like...
Oh, yeah.
He was down the town, he was the mayor. You're like, what the fuck? I almost got raped by the mayor.
And then Morty kills him.
I think he does.
He does. No, he does.
He does?
I remember because you could tell... Rick could tell something happened to Morty because Morty was so... Rick was so... He's so aware of how uncomfortable Morty was that... When they came back, he shot the mayor in the head. He's like, "Don't you ever fucking touch my grandson?" You know, like he'll never really let Morty come into harm as long as he's aware of it.
Yeah, but
if he's not aware of it, then he can't do anything, right? So I don't know. I think a lot of the times I relate to Rick, but I think like I relate to Morty the most.
Oh yeah,
I'm a pushover.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I don't think you're that much of a pusher anymore, but you're certainly a pushover. There are times where you're just like, no, fuck this.
I try too hard to make people happy. That's
not that hard. But you do try hard, but not that hard.
Speaking of, okay, that brings me to my next topic.
Okay.
What do you think about New Year's resolutions?
Why are you hitting all like the most annoying ass topics? Oh,
it's the new year. We're 4 days into New Year. I just realized
2017. I think that New Year's resolutions are a great idea. I think the purpose that they serve is good, but it's just the way that we've treated them now that it's complete bullshit.
What do you mean? How do we treat them?
Like, we just treat it as like, oh, if I say this, then I'm gonna be cleansed for this year, and I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do everything that I want to do this year.
In other words, do you feel like
it's bullshit? Like, you just no. Like, how many times have I said I was gonna lose weight for my New Year's resolution? Look at me, I'm still a fat fuck. Like,
well, I don't know about you.
Come on.
You never vocally told me your New Year's resolutions.
Why? We weren't like. Well, we didn't spend New Year's every fucking day. I'm not gonna tell anybody. New Year's resolutions to me is like. They're like their wishes. They're like goal. They're basically goals that you gotta set for yourself. Not because I gotta make a resolution. I got a deadline. I gotta say something, or else I'm not gonna make it to the new year. Like, no, it's something that you realize that you want to focus on, or you realize that, hey, you know what, I could have done this better. And some people they use it and they do it, and they succeed in doing it, but for the majority, I feel like it's just bullshit. That's why memes exist, where it's like, oh, like, the week right after the first week of New Year's, of a new year, the gym is packed because everybody's like, I'm going to the gym, and then like they give up. After a week, they're like, nah, it's too difficult.
On a related topic, I kind of wish I had a badge that says I was here before the New Year's, so people don't like come up to me like, oh, coming here for the New Year, huh? Like, no, I've been here for a while.
You're like, no, I actually go to the gym.
I just have an eating problem.
You haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks.
2 weeks because shut up. Okay, no. So so would you say that New Year's resolutions are bullshit because if you really were serious about something, you'd start it at any point in your life?
No, it's the individual. Everybody's
different. That's what I'm saying. But, like, don't you... Well, at least
some
that's
people
my perspective.
treat it bullshit. Some people don't.
No, but I was going to say, that's what my perspective on it. I think the whole idea of resolutions are bullshit because if you really want to change some aspect of yourself, you would have done it at any point.
I guess.
I think everyone has it in them to
that's
do a change.
That's only if the resolution is a reoccurring one. Because if I completed all my New Year's resolution from last year and I'm making new ones... That doesn't count. It's not bullshit. I did what I said, and but it's based on your reflection of the past year,
I guess, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's a reflection, but like, I feel like you have all the time in the world to reflect on your life.
Okay, yeah. But I'm
So
saying, like,
it's
let's say that something happened this year, particularly, that you're like, you know what, I want to do shit differently. It makes you change. That's when you do it. That's the purpose of it. It's just that your definition has changed because of how many people have like just they've said they would do something and then they procrastinate or they don't do it, and that's how like a lot of people have become. They become lazy and very I don't know how to use procrastinate in that and like as a
they
objective,
procrastinated.
but yeah, they procrastinate. They become procrastinate. I don't know, procrastinates. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, they neglect it or they forget about it or they procrastinate. They don't want to put the effort that goes into to succeeding or accomplishing their goal.
I suppose. I guess it's just when it comes to characteristics of a person or habits or a trait of a person, I tend to think like you don't have to wait for a whole year to reflect on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It
true.
takes just one moment to reflect on
Yeah.
yourself for you to say, you know, I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Yeah, because you could choose any time of the year to really lose weight, but it's, I guess, a lot of people see the new year like because we measure time, so we measure it in amount of days, an amount of months, an amount of years. So we're like we use it as a chapter.
How mundane would our life be if we didn't, you know, divide our time? Like if years and days and
I don't know
months
if it
didn't
would be
exist,
mundane. I feel
it
like
wouldn't.
I don't think. I mean, I certainly think there are multiple outcomes, but I don't think it would go for mundane. If anything, I feel like it would be a lot stress free. It would be like there would be less stress in the world
No, but
because
well, that would make it
of
mundane.
deadlines and things. How would that make it mundane?
Because you're not looking forward to anything now. You know, some
We
people are
don't
like,
know
oh,
that. It's just we
I can't
don't.
wait for 5 years from now. Like, what if years didn't exist? Like, I think it'd be mundane because people mark things in like certain units.
I, I mean, but that doesn't mean that they wouldn't know that there is a future, because there would be a future. We
No, I'm
just
not saying that there's
wouldn't.
no future. I'm saying like, okay, you know, some people give themselves, okay, 5 years from now, I see myself doing this, this, and that.
Okay.
How different would it be if things like years don't exist? Because, like you said, time is flowing forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
We're the ones who put marks on it.
Okay.
So you don't think it'd be mundane? Because it's hard for you to like.
Honestly,
How would you phrase when I'm gonna be a doctor?
I don't. Honestly, I don't even think it's not. I don't think it'd be mundane. I think. I don't know how we would think, but like, because we already know that we would have a purpose of time. I feel like if we didn't have a measurement of time, we would still like find a way to measure it.
Well, yeah, because
Like
the
no
thing
matter
like
what.
summer, autumn, summer, fall, winter, those are technically forever instilled as a measure of time because you
No,
know.
we that's what we use. We use that to measure time, and that's
But
what we
I feel like
structured
that's
it
the only
around
thing
it.
that will exist as a measurement of time. But
Yeah, we would still be like, oh, we have to wait for the winter, or I think maybe
well, I guess
our
people will be like 5 winters from now. I'll be able to do that.
or their perspective would be they would be limited to that,
I suppose
to like to next winter, to next summer, or whatever. What are you thinking about? Why do you put that in your mouth?
because it's a pen
You
and I
have
bite on
oral
my pen.
asphyxiation.
Hey, don't fucking Freud me, dude. Freud's fucking weird, dude.
I know. It's really disgusting to think that he really thinks that. Like we want to fuck our moms.
And like how gay people were born because they identify with their moms.
Yeah. I don't know, that's weird. I mean, we would all be gay. We all come from fucking women. Everyone's born
No one
from a
identified.
woman.
No, that's not what he meant. He meant like when you're as a toddler, as a baby.
Oh no, I know, but I just mean like an
I
association.
don't know what you meant by like we're all gay because we all came from.
No, I'm just saying like we all have an association to our mom, so that's kind of dumb that we identify as our mom or relate to her more.
I
We
don't
all
think
come
we
from
identify
them.
as mom. Just because we come doesn't mean we identify from them.
Well, that's my point.
Because you just said.
That's my point. We would
you
all be
lit-
gay. Is
I
my
will.
shit. That's my point. Is that we would all be gay if we all identified as with our mom because we came from our mom.
Just because you came from someone doesn't mean you identify as that.
Never mind.
Okay, I'm quoting you word by word. You said we would all be gay
I
because
didn't
we
say
would.
that.
Yes,
I
you
didn't say
did.
we would all be
I will
gay.
pause this recording and rewind it. You legitimately just
I
said we would
said
all be gay.
if us being gay because we identify as our mom as with our mom, like you said, that means that we're associated with our mom. That we're gay because of a certain association with our mom. Because if
Yes.
our mom didn't exist, but then I'm saying that, then by what I think is by that just saying that, it's like saying just because you're associated with your mom means you're gay, but then that would make everybody gay because we've come from our mom, but that's not true. So that's what I'm saying.
Just take what you just said. You said because. Never mind.
I'm saying I disagree with that.
I know.
I
It's just
disagree
that you're
with that.
not
I
wording.
disagree that an association with her mom makes us gay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, why?
Because I just that's not true. There would be more cases of like people being gay. But there's like there's gay people and there's straight people.
I know that. We know that that exists. It's because you're wording things weird.
Okay, never mind. Dude. Just
No,
forget.
don't never mind it.
Just
I'm
forget it,
curious.
dude.
I'm not forgetting it. Okay, you just said we would all be
I'm
gay.
agreeing with you. That's the point. Because you said that Freud thinks that
Gay people identify
gay
with their
people
mother.
identify with his mom, but I identify with my mom, but I'm not gay. Or do you identify with your mom?
I don't identify with my mom or my dad.
You don't identify with
I
either?
don't identify with either.
Okay.
Well, I don't think I did. Maybe I did it subconsciously. Okay, so for instance, why do you associate yourself with your mom? Why do you identify with your mother?
Well, because that's all I had. I didn't have a dad growing up, so like I've catch myself do things that subconsciously do things or just like habits that I got from my mom, like words or phrases that I use
Okay,
or
I
like
understand you
or
now.
behavior.
I understand you now.
Yeah.
Well, your mom's kind of butch.
Yeah, what my mom? Yeah,
Your
my
mom's
mom's a
manly
dude.
as fuck.
My mom's a dude.
So maybe that has a lot to do
My
with
mom's
it.
a dude. Like she I've seen her beat a grown, buff black man. Like there doesn't have. I mean, him being black
I think that means a
doesn't do
lot.
anything. It's
I
just
feel like that's telling tales.
well, I don't know. I feel like it's just because like a stereotypical black buff guy is like either he's a macho guy, or he's a gangman. Like because I don't know. I don't know if he was a gang member. I don't know anything. I just know my mom was beating a big ass black guy. And, like that guy was ripped. Like she was beating the shit out of him.
Were you there to watch?
I was watching. I was scarred.
Why was he?
I was just like, my mom's a demon. Like I honestly, after that, I thought my mom was like a legit demon. Like I thought I was living with a fucking monster. I was like, my mom's gonna kill me.
I feel like that legitimately scars you from doing anything bad against. Like, oh shit, mom, I'm sorry. You're like
until the 7th grade.
what happened in seventh grade?
Well, I realized something.
Like you're a piece of shit.
No,
What?
life doesn't matter. It's just that we're particles. We're just fucking energy. That like there's a possibility that like
I feel
all
like
of
you
this is
saying life
pointless.
doesn't matter really juxtaposes the fact that you're afraid to die.
What do you mean?
You say life doesn't matter, and on numerous accounts you do believe that shit doesn't matter.
Like it's pointless, and that's why I'm scared because I feel like us being alive, there's no reason to it. So when we die, we go unconscious because there isn't like a greater purpose for us or our intelligence or our consciousness. So I'm afraid that when we die, our consciousness just fades, you know, because we're just just like how a computer is just numbers. We're just fucking science. It's just science, like chemicals and shit like that in space. There's no like fucking prophecy behind it. There's nothing like there's no all God or creator. Like we weren't purposely made. We were just an accident. That's what scares me. Because if that's true, then what happens when we die? Does our consciousness just shut off?
Probably.
That's what I'm scared of.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. I worded that really badly, I guess.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
It's
I'm
just
just telling
really
you how I
interesting that you say you live a life where you're saying shit doesn't matter, we all die in the end, you're a nihilist. Nothing exists.
Yeah, I'm a nihilist. Not nothing exists. I didn't say that.
That's what a nihilist is.
No,
nothing
nihilist
exists.
is just that like nothing matters. It's pointless.
I don't
They
think
care.
I think a specific, like the actual legitimately
We'll look it up and we'll see later. If you want to do that right now.
I'll do that right now.
Nihilism. Don't spill your water, Kevin.
I will spill the fuck out of it. Nah, yeah. Oh
I'm gonna get
shit.
my book wet.
Good.
Put your phone down. It doesn't even matter. Your phones are water resistant.
Oh, is that a plug already? I saw.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I have the new
Shut the
Samsung
fuck
Galaxy
up.
X S7 Edge
Shut
with
the fuck up. All right,
water.
let's read this shit. The rejection of all religious and moral principles, often in the belief that life is meaningless.
Oh yeah, no, see right there. Extreme skepticism, maintaining that nothing in the world has a real existence.
Yeah, that there's no point.
Real existence also means that nothing. Like
Okay, well, I agree. I still fucking.
we're both
agree with
right.
that. Okay, but I still agree with that. I'm a nihilist.
Okay, no, that's
At
what I'm
least
saying.
half the time.
It's interesting that you have this strong belief that there's nothing in the world has a real existence. Yet
Yeah.
at the end, you're still afraid to die.
Yeah, because I like this. I like being alive. I don't want it to take it away. You know. I feel like my life would be like is just like me screaming, like in the sky. You're like, "Fuck you! You want this? Is this what you want?" Like if there's actually somebody out there, and like I know that there's nobody out there listening.
Here's a good question. Here's a good question for you. Do you believe people in like the 1910s, 1920s believed in the future that we have right now? Do you think like there's people back then that didn't understand? Like, okay, like for example, you and me can't really see into the future. We don't know what's coming next.
Right,
Because we feel like we're doing everything we can possibly ever do now.
Right.
Like we're already having people who have wearable technology. We have Google glasses, like shit that we never thought it would exist ever.
Right.
We're ready for what we can deem the end point. Because even our movies that were like
I still think that we can progress farther and
Like what?
evolve with our biology. Well, for example,
no, I know, but I'm not talking about biology like evolution. I'm
Evolution,
just talking about like
technology.
Technology. I feel like there's always more we can do.
Yeah,
But like,
just
is there anything
we're-
else that we need that's like actual like that we need?
I don't think we'll ever need more. It's just that people are always gonna find new ways to make money because it's all about in this world, in this life, it's always about money.
Which is
So
interesting
when we
because
grab something, we try to market it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Okay,
Like a
let's say,
a long lasting battery that exists.
okay, let's say there's people in the 1900s like us.
Okay.
Do you think they ever thought about that they're perfectly set in the world they are, that they can't ever evolve? Let's take, for example, do you know when the first vacuum was made?
No, I don't know.
1901.
1901, exactly.
1901.
Okay.
So, let's say there's two dudes just like us. The vacuum was just invented. Do you feel like they were just like, you know what, the world's ours? There's nothing else we can do? Or do you think they believe that there's more that they can do?
Well, I think...
Because if you look at our timetable or our history time chart, every year something's been made, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
It kind of answers your question.
That's what I'm saying, but
There
like...
are always innovators. There are always people going...
But do you feel like there's still stuff that we need to do?
No, but I feel like there will always be people that feel or that think that we do need or there are things that we need that we just don't realize, and that's how more shit is created because they're like, oh shit, what if this and this? Because people are always asking questions, and people that aren't pessimistic and nihilistic like me go like they really feel like there's a point into a future, so they create new shit. You know, like I'm sure like we'll have hover airplanes and shit that like require no gas, like no fuel or
Hover
like,
airplanes.
you know what I mean? Like it's all electronic. Like there's like
Hover
a new
airplanes.
a new power source.
There's already electrical airplanes.
Yeah. But I mean like another
what?
energy source. Like I feel like somebody will find a better energy source, even though they'll try to. Or the problem will always be that they find a way to market it, you know, and like something that'll replace gas so that, like completely, so that we don't have to pollute the fucking earth and shit. Because there are like self-righteous people like that in the world.
Why are they self-righteous?
I mean, like they believe in like, that the earth we should protect the earth as much as it like.
I don't think those are
protects us.
self-righteous people. I think those are just people with common sense. I feel like we're gonna
I
like
guess if that's what you want to call it. I mean, I'm pessimistic. I just don't see it. I don't care. That's why I feel that way, or I see it that way. You get me?
it's interesting because you say you don't care, but yet you still wanted a new phone.
I mean, we're talking about the earth.
I'm talking about everything. No, it's because you're calling them self-righteous. I just don't get why.
What does that have to do with me wanting a phone?
Because you said like you're pessimistic, you see no point. Like, what's the point of you getting a new phone?
I have my moments. I told you I'm not always 100% pessimistic. It's just I fluctuate. Like sometimes I see the sun and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there could be a better day. Like is a point in making a family and doing shit. And then sometimes I'm just like, I just want to smoke and die and just like smoke my life away. Just sad, but I don't know.
I
I mean,
guess.
I'm still going through, what it is to be a human or be me.
I suppose. I think I'm just.
What?
It's
What are you looking at?
There's a window cleaner.
You're in front, outside our window?
No, not inside our window.
In the other building?
The building right 3 buildings from us.
Fuck that building, dude.
We're not.
I look at people like shit. I give them props, dude. I can never work as a window cleaner, especially for like the tall ass skyscrapers.
Because you're afraid of heights.
Fuck me, huh?
Just because you're afraid
Yeah,
of heights.
dude, fuck no. Like I don't know how anybody could like not be afraid of heights. Like especially like construction workers in like tall buildings. Like, dude, I would lose my shit. Because you're just in
afraid of
one
heights.
beam, and like there's like fucking there's like almost a complete mile of fucking of emptiness that you could just fall into and fucking like splatter your brains across the fucking street. Are you not afraid of heights at all?
I don't know. I'm afraid of dropping things. Like if I have my hand over a rail,
Mm-hmm.
my hand will start shaking.
You're afraid that like just accidentally like,
Anything. It doesn't have to be my phone. I can have a cup of water and I'll start shaking because I'm afraid of falling. But if I'm over, like if I put my upper body over the ledge, I'm not afraid of falling.
Huh.
But if like it was something over it, I'm afraid of falling, dropping it. It's
I mean,
really
I kind of have that fear, I guess, but it's not like a big thing. Like if I just like mind over matter it, like that shit, and just like hold it over if I were to do that. But I wouldn't do that in the first place because I'd be afraid, so I'd just be like stay away from the edge. Because then I feel like whoops, and then I'm like my phone, or like my book or whatever.
your boots.
My book.
Oh, my book.
Not that it would like really do anything, but like I don't know, just circumstances.
Okay,
It's run
this is
over
not
by a
me
car.
specifically.
It's
Okay,
specific.
this is not me specifically at all. This story does not have to revolve around me.
Mm.
But I remember one time I had a friend who stole a book from my library.
Nigga, you just said you're a friend.
I never said me though.
You're so stupid.
I'm not admitting to any crime, nor will I.
Okay, so what did this friend?
This is right now before we got to the office. I dropped off my sister at the public library, the one in downtown.
Yeah, I was there.
Telling the people.
I know you dumb bitch.
Fuck you. And we're just we dropped her off, and I remember one time I was at the library with my friend, and there was this really nice book on Isaac Newton's Third Law.
Isn't
Really
that your
nice
favorite
book.
book?
I don't own that book. It's not my house. It's not my favorite.
I know you don't own it, but I'm sure you have one.
It's not at my house at all. So we went to the library and we wanted to check it out as law-abiding citizens, but it's like, no, it's reserved. And we're like, what do you mean it's reserved? Like, yeah, you can't take it out of the library. Like, why not? Like, I want to read it at home. Like, I don't want to be here. So then my friend just puts it in his backpack and we walk. And when we're leaving, there's like little peep, peep, peep things. I don't know what
You
they're
guys
called.
just booked it or what?
No, the cops came up to us like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, hey. And then my friend was like, hey. And then
Hey.
he's like, I was all like, what's up? Oh, these are my school textbooks. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Like, oh, now you're good, young blood. Just leave. They just left. Okay, well, we left and we kept the book. I think it's. Do you ever? I'm not gonna lie to you because I'm one of these people, but sometimes when I hear
Nice.
people have like dues or fees at a library, I just kind of look at them like, why? The library is a free system. Why on earth are you owing money? Isn't it interesting that people just forget to return books and then like it accumulates money over like
I used to lose mine.
lose what books? And you paid for them? Fuck no. Oh, you did? Okay. I guess that makes you a good person.
In elementary and middle school. No, my mom made me. She
Where'd you
found
get
out
the
that
money?
I like well she had like a little account for me.
So you had money.
Not necessarily.
What's the account for then?
It was for college.
So you spent your college money on overdue library books.
Yeah, or my mom had to dip in it.
I mean, all fairs, I guess.
It was hers.
Fuck. Anyway, I think that should wrap up the first episode quite nicely.
I guess,
we
yeah.
We hit a couple of
hard truths.
I guess. I just got sad halfway through the podcast.
Yeah, you're very depressing.
I know.
I'm sorry for him, folks.
Just kidding. So thank you for listening. If you made it this far, we have some stuff coming on the way. Hopefully we have the intro music. But if you hear the intro music, that is by our very own friend DJ Elwick. If you didn't get the joke, that's Eric. But like
his name is Eric.
His name's Eric, but
I think it's a terrible name.
How about this? If you made it this far and you listen, how about our friend? What? Okay, his name is Eric Marquez. He wants to make his name Mark Easy.
I hate that name. I hate both of those.
So
names.
MARK then Easy, because Marquezy. That's what he wants to like, almost like Marquise. So what sounds better, Mark Easy or DJ Ewick? DJ Ewick is something we came up with, me and Daniel. Eric did not come with that on his own. So just, wherever you listen to this, just hit us up on our Twitter at Foolish Minds Pod. Just tell us what you thought is a better name, and hopefully that'll influence it. And join us next week because we have a interview with Eric Marquezy / DJ Ewick. And
our humble friend.
It'll be lit. I swear to God, the first podcasts are usually a little hard hitting because you have to get to know us, but join us on our adventure. I swear we're gonna get better. And this is where we plug in all our shit. What's our Twitter? Oh yeah, Foolish Mind. I just said it. Foolish Minds Pod at Foolish Minds Pod. Follow us on SoundCloud. Foolish Minds Podcast.
YouTube.
I don't even know we had a YouTube.
We're putting this on YouTube.
We're not uploading right away.
Why not?
Are we?
Might as well. Just little editing magic and. Poof.
Okay, apparently our YouTube at Foolish Minds Podcast.
I could do it if you don't want to do it.
Can we do some MLG style edits on it?
Oh, you fucking idiot. We could do that for the outro. MLG.
Okay, and next week I promise I won't be sick. That's the only reason I sound so monotone is because
I'm sick.
I'll be sick. Sick of your shit. And then, oh shit. And then... Is that all we have? Twitter, Facebook, Foolish Minds Podcast.
I feel like we should just use a little bit. We should just use a few. Like
we're definitely gonna be on Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, yeah, we have a Tumblr.
We should make a Snapchat. Just like, because those are pretty much like the staples.
Snapchat, Foolish Minds Podcast.
We'll make one.
We'll make it. We'll tweet it out. We'll tweet it out. We'll tweet it out. So far, it's just Twitter and Tumblr, which is Foolish Mind Podcast, and SoundCloud, Foolish Mind Podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. I'm Kevin.
I'm Soul. Bye.